Hi everybody, I'm Robin Eucalyptus. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a health coach, author of the books Go With Your Gut, Thin From Within, and I'm a speaker, TV host, and mom. And my daughter, Navy, is over there doing some art and painting. And I wanted to create a quick start to finish tutorial for you of me making my Magical Morning Matcha and everything that goes in it. Because I get a lot of questions because I drink it almost every single morning. I love it, it makes me feel really good. I used to drink coffee almost every day and that was fine, but I don't think I felt amazing doing that. And so now I have coffee from time to time, but I just check in and ask like, do I want this? Why? Does it feel good for me right now? And so I created what I loved so much in my coffee was making it bulletproof style, which means adding a healthy fat. And I also added some awesome adaptogens that help your body adapt to stress or whatever it is that's you've got going on that I love that I'm gonna be highlighting today. And two in particular from my favorite company, these booster powders called New Chapters, Fermented Aloe and Fermented Maca. So those go in here as well. So you can do any variation of this, and the basic recipe is in my book, Thin From Within. You can get that on my website. And then also, I think almost everything that I'm gonna be using in this tutorial is gonna be on the shop page. So that's robineucalyptus.com/shop. Don't worry about the spelling of my name. You can get it in my bio and just click off of that. So let's get started. First off, you don't want your water to be boiling. And a little trick I do with that is I boil it, I set it to boil, but I take the lid off. Just be careful of the steam with that. You want to use a, you're doing finger painting? Anything goes. That's fine. So that I can look inside the pot and I can see when it's almost boiling, and that's when I take it off. Holly said, oh my God, adding aloe, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why I'm doing that. So I see what's going on here. So first thing you wanna do, and my friend, Jamie Graber of Organically, Jamie taught me this. It makes a big difference in your potions and all these things that you're making and doing if you put the water in first and you add what you're adding to it. So if you add your matcha to it, you add your fermented maca from New Chapter, you add all of those elements to the water, it comes out better. I'm not sure why. Navy, that's very silly. Will you paint those on the paper so I can see the white paper? See the white paper, honey? And then I can watch. So I can see it after, I mean. So this is my 2 cups on the blender. I do a little less than 2 cups. I see, sweetheart. Remember I told you I was gonna be doing a video? Can you do your painting and then I'll come and play with you with your paint, okay? She's 2.5. So I do a little under 2 cups of water. And that'll give me a little over a mug like this. This is from Your Joyologist. I love her products. This says, I trust the timing of my life. I believe, I trust, my life is working out. So great. Okay, so let's whiz through this. So basically in here, I add my boiling water and then I add my matcha. I do about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half, depending how much I want that day. Some people will sift their matcha, but I just add it right in because I'm gonna be blending it. Sometimes I've done it through a little fine mesh strainer thing, but I don't think that really makes much of a difference. Hi Emily, yeah, mom life. This is true life. Like I'm not like a blogger influencer, I'm just a mom and health coach and author, and my kid's here, so we're hanging out and we're making the best of it. All good. Okay, so I added in my matcha, and then I'm gonna add in some healthy fat. So I love this Nikki's coconut butter. Again, you can get this all on my shop page. I add about a tablespoon of that. You could also use ghee. You could use some regular butter, coconut oil, MCT oil. I just really like just this. I think it looks great, is great. I think it tastes great. Sometimes I'll give some to Navy just like straight off the spoon. So I put that in there. So next I'm gonna add my fun adaptogens. So first I'm gonna add this ashwagandha from Sun Potion. Again, this is on my page. And ashwagandha is just very balancing for the body. All of these are optional, but this is what I like to play with. So this is very balancing for the body. I feel like I feel better in the head when I use ashwagandha. So this is, again, it's a root, and it has all these medicinal properties. So just a little with that goes a long way. I probably even do a little less than a 1/4 teaspoon. Maybe I'll do a little more. And then I'm gonna give a tip around adding some of these herbs and adaptogens because they have, you need some more water. Can you play with the water that you have on the table now? Because there's a lot there. And I don't want it to be too wet because then it's gonna leak through, okay? Her painting is turned into like a water paint situation. It's fine. The table is very covered. And so I have a little trick for using these adaptogens because they can be very bitter and kind of have a strong taste. And the matcha has a very earthy taste. I should have said that today I was using this matcha full. Again, on my website. If not, we'll add it very soon. And I use different matchas. I love them. But this one, I noticed when I used this, I was like, oh, that tastes really good. So there is a difference. You do want to use special drinking grade. It doesn't necessarily need to be ceremonial, but you don't want to use culinary unless it's like an exquisite culinary. So I just stick with these guys. But I have been told that the ceremonial grade should just be used for what Allison Wu, I love that she's called it a matcha Americano, which is just matcha and hot water. But when you're making all these blends, these Magical Morning Matcha latte drinks, you don't need to use something so high quality, but that's what I have. So that's what I'm using. Yes, my love. Well, you know what, sweetie? I think you're maxed out on water because otherwise we're gonna have a lake where you are, and that's a table, it's not a lake, right? So how about this? I'm gonna bring you one more paper towel and your new piece of paper to paint, okay? BRB. Here we go. Toddler, mom life. Okay, here it goes. Here, let's wipe this up, sweetie. Okay? I know you want to be able to do that, but then we can do that in the bathroom. We're going to be doing some painting now, so why don't you finish this one? Let's make this one for Daddy, okay? I want you to use all the colors.
I want you to
Here.
I want you to make a lion.
A lion? Okay. As soon as I'm done teaching everyone how to make my Magical Morning Matcha, I'll attempt to paint a lion. Okay, so this is where I try to remember everything I put in here. So I put my ashwagandha, which is an Ayurvedic root. You want some of the coconut? See, she wants to eat this. All right, I'll be right back. Navy's one of my faves on Instagram. Thank you. It's just real life. So we have this in there. So I want to highlight after my absolute 2 new faves right now from New Chapter. New Chapter is a brand that I stand by. I've been recommending them for 10 years in my health coaching practice because they're amazing. And these are organic, certified non-GMO, pressed herbs, roots. Like basically comes from food. Their supplements and their booster powders, like these come from food and nutrients. It's not just a chemical or a process they turn into a supplement and then you take that. So it's really sourced beautifully, handled beautifully, and all their products, these guys, they go through a 2-step fermentation process. So that creates live probiotics in there, and your body gets this proprietary probiotic blend, and amazing, so good for your gut. So today I'm gonna be using 2 that I wanna briefly highlight. First, I'm using Fermented Maca. This is an adaptogenic root, and essentially it gives you stamina, endurance. It's really good for brain and clarity. It's like this energy booster that feels like it comes from the earth. Like it feels very grounded and very sustainable. So it's just that little extra kick, but it doesn't feel like a kick. It feels like warrior, like I got this. Truly, like that's how I feel when I have it. Also, it's really great. I call this kind of the mama's helpers. Like all my mamas that just are not getting enough sleep because it's impossible. It's not impossible, but well, more on that later. I just find that it really does help me feel more like myself. Sweetheart, remember I said I was doing a video for 8 minutes?
Coconut.
Oh, you want this? Okay. I'll be right back. She really does want to eat this. There you go. There you go. Okay. You can keep this here, okay? Okay. Yes, I think we had a question. Is fermented maca different from other maca powders? Yes. So this basically goes through almost like a 1 step of the digestion process. And so it's broken down a little bit more and it's easier for your body to digest and assimilate. So I really do recommend a fermented maca or a gelatinized maca over regular maca. Some people can digest traditional maca, but it's really hard on a lot of people's bellies. So it's better to use maca, chlorella, and spirulina in powder form. I've never seen those in not powder form. So, oh, you mean powder versus like pressed pill? I mean, it varies. It depends how like you're gonna get it in your body. When it's in a powder, for the most part, it is easier for your body to digest and absorb. But a lot of great supplements, again, like the ones from New Chapter that are just essentially pressed and not overheated herbs, are also going to be easier for your body to digest. Okay, so that's the fermented maca. I'm gonna put a little bit in here. Again, a little goes a long way. I use about 1/4 of a teaspoon. You're gonna help me? You want to come help me? Yeah. Okay, come. Can you get out or you need help?
I get out.
Let me pull the chair back for you. Okay. Come, Goose. Well, we have to wash your hands first. So this, hi, everyone. You want to use that? Okay. Do you want to say hi to everybody? I swear. Okay, you're gonna use the step stool, but we have to wash your hands first. Okay. So much for my quickie in and out matcha tutorial video. This is like real life. I know you want to use your step stool. I hear you. Okay, come do it with me. Ready? Stay here.
I want that.
Which one?
That.
What? The coconut butter? Well, I already put it in. Here, you can help me put some of the... No, we did the maca. Okay, so I have one more adaptogen that I want to explain. Can I explain it for everybody? I can? Well, I gotta, because, you know, this is my daughter, Navy. Do you want to say who you are? Who are you?
I'm Navy.
You're Navy? How old are you?
5.
You're 5? And what do you...
That's a lot, Mr. Madam.
That's a lot, Mr. Madam? So how old are you really?
The family is Mr. Madam.
Oh, the family. She has a little doll family that she plays with over there. That's Mr. Madam. That's Spinagle. Sandy is one of my amazing clients and is probably laughing that I'm not just doing, you guys, I really just want to do a straightforward matcha video, but like, you know. Yes, sweetheart. Excuse me. Excuse me, we're finishing the matcha video, which I may not be finishing. Okay, come here, Nene. We're not doing milkies right now. Okay, let me finish. Nene, let me finish. Excuse me, let me finish. Come here. Come here, Goose. I'm just finishing. Let me finish. Be right back. Okay, come on. Sit here. Anybody else with toddlers who pull at the boobs? That's me. Okay, last adaptogen I wanted to share with you is this fermented aloe. And the reason that I'm adding this is because my stomach has been like, there's a lot going on in the world this week. And thanks, Em. There's a lot going on in the world this week, and I feel that in my gut. And so when I talk so much about gut health and I talk so much about our emotion, our emotions as being part of our intuitive center and what that means for us and how we connect to our guts and how we connect to our intuitions, when I feel off here, it is connected to my brain because our gut is our second brain in a sense. And so when I feel anxious here, when I feel funky in my belly, it's really good to add in something that's really nourishing for your digestive system. So if I'm feeling anxious and I'm feeling off, going for gut healing foods such as this fermented aloe is a really great way to help yourself. Does that make sense? So rather than taking something that's gonna like calm my brain, I'm taking something that's gonna calm my digestive system, which is connected to my brain and my thoughts and feelings and emotions and how I process life and process the world. So it's a cool way that I like to think about it. And I explain a lot more about this in my book, Thin from Within, that connection and how they're connected essentially. So the fermented aloe, so this is the inside of an aloe plant. It's just essentially like a pressed leaf, and it's really calming for your digestive system. So your digestive tract likes everything to be just relaxed and lubed and lubricated up. I was gonna say lubed up, but it sounds weird, but it's true. It's like this gelatinous mucosal lining essentially that needs all the calming. You got me ice cream? Thank you. Okay, can I have some mint chip? I want the mint chip flavor. Then I'll have a stomach ache? Too much ice cream? Can I trade this one for the mint chip? And the strawberry? Okay, thank you. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I just add a little bit of this. A little goes a long way. Again, you can get any of these products on my shop page, and I add that in. And then last but not least, I have a question. Do you use collagen in your smoothies? Do you think it's good for gut health? I do think it's good for gut health. So right now I'm adding collagen. I use Vital Proteins. I've used different brands. You just want to make sure that you have a good grass-fed source. Again, this is just the plain unflavored one from Vital Proteins. I add in 1 scoop. And again, all of this is in my shop page, robinucleus.com/shop. So I've added all my stuff into the blender, and then we just blend. So I'm gonna blend basically just on high speed. I start low. You wanna make sure the lid's on really, really tight. And a lot of people ask me about adding the super hot water to the blender. It's hot, but it's not boiling, so you shouldn't have a problem. I've personally not had an issue with my blender with the hot liquid things, but I know other people have, so go at your own risk, I guess. Okay, we're gonna blend. Let it go a little bit longer. Oh, I forgot just to show you the trick. I have a trick. We're gonna have to blend it again, but that's fine. Someone asked, I use aloe juice and I don't love the taste. Does the powder have a taste? This is why I love this fermented aloe powder from New Chapter, because it's very concentrated, so you just need a little bit, and whatever you add it to, you're pretty much not gonna taste it. However, I promised I had a trick for you guys. So since I used all these adaptogens, this ashwagandha, this fermented aloe from New Chapter, and this fermented maca from New Chapter, they can have a strong earthy taste. So rather than just kind of like sucking it up and getting the medicinal benefits from my matcha, I add a little smidge of this superfood honey from Beekeepers Naturals. This is another brand that I love. They're not on my shop page, but I'm gonna add them. And the superfood honey has, oh my God, so much good stuff. Has royal jelly, bee pollen, and propolis, which is all great for immunity, for your brain, for focus. You have to make a poopy? That's why you're closing the door. Okay, thank you, no problem. Just let me know if you need me. See, I mean, I don't give her the fermented digestive health powders, but Navy has to go make a poopy. So she's gonna let me know if she needs me. So I'm just mixing a little bit of that honey in. Oh my God, it's just hysterical. So I'm mixing a little bit of that honey because I would rather have a little bit of honey that also has its own benefits, that takes the edge off of some of these booster powders, than just have it straight. Or sometimes I've had stevia, but I like using a honey that has these medicinal healing powers as well. Any concerns about having too many fermented ingredients or foods in your diet? You guys are laughing. I'm laughing. I mean, it's Saturday morning. It's like, woo! Like, you know, I don't know. We're just going with it. So fermented foods. No, generally, unless you're eating a lot of fermented vegetables, which are high in sodium, I'm not generally concerned. So if you have a little bit, it's essentially in this, it's not that you're eating a fermented food here, it's that you're eating a food that's gone through a fermentation process to make the nutrients in it more bioavailable and create some probiotics in there. So what your body doesn't need, you're just gonna pee it out in the probiotic department. So you don't need to worry, you just need to worry if you are having like a cup of raw fermented sauerkraut at a time. You wanna think of those foods as a condiment. And then any product, nutritional or herbal supplement product that's in that category that's been fermented, it's just been fermented and is making it easier to digest and easier for your system to absorb. And most of us need a little bit of help in that department. So I added a little bit of honey. I have some cinnamon. It did? Okay. I'll be right there. We'll take care of that. So I'm not gonna blend this again. Navy's poopy fell on the floor. We'll be right there. We'll work it out. And I think we're done here, friends. I added a little cinnamon. I added a little honey. I typically would re-blend, but it's gonna be great. I'm gonna do a little pour. See, typically, like I said, I get one of these mugs and then a little bit more. And sometimes I'll drink it out of this mug. And sometimes I'll put it in my thermos to go because it takes me all morning to get through a matcha sometimes. And this keeps it hot all day long. This is a Jirushi. I also have this on my shop page. I know, I want you guys to be laughing. Like, please laugh. I'm doing my Magical Morning Matcha demo from start to finish from my book, Thin From Within, using all these amazing superfoods, and my daughter's poopy fell on the floor. This is real life, kids. This is real life. The name of the honey brand again is Beekeepers Naturals. You picked up the poopy?
And it's in the toilet.
And it's in the toilet now? Problem solved, everybody. Great.
Come see it.
You want me to come see it? Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of my matcha. You wanna come take a sip of the matcha with me? She's not really, I'm just gonna
I don't like it.
come. I know you don't like it. Come, I wanna show you my matcha. Do you have pants? Do you have a diet? Okay, I was like, what's happening down there? All right, cheers everyone. Cheers to motherhood. Cheers to life. Cheers to my Magical Morning Matcha. If you want more info on this, I have a whole blog post on it. I just wanted to show you from start to finish what that looks like for me. And happy whenever you're watching this. It's delicious. You don't drink matcha, right? No. Want to say bye, everybody? Okay. All right, let's go check out that poopy, shall we? Cheers. What?
I want to go down.
Okay, let's go down. Down. Bye, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.